Start by finding a happy standing posture and position. So feet will be somewhere between hip and shoulder width apart and nicely rooted. Body is really tall, long, and as relaxed as possible. And for a very brief time, close the eyes and fully sensate everything that your senses are picking up, maybe even emotions. If you feel cold in certain body parts, register that. Don't worry about any stories or inner tantrums or preferences. Whether you feel tired, energetic, heavy, vibrant, you just spend a brief moment standing still with the eyes closed to simply check in. Get to know where you're at right now and simply feel it. Observe also the natural rhythm and movements of your breath. So you're not applying any technique or trying to make it perfect. You simply watch the breath, and usually it will improve itself when you simply pay attention. Now, if you wish to smoothen it, to deepen the breath, feel free to do that, but with very gentle encouragement, nothing forceful. And very, very slowly allow for a little crack of light to enter through the eyelashes as you really gradually open the eyes. As the eyes open to a regular kind of opening, keep opening them, so you'll put some effort with your facial muscles, and as they open as wide as possible, you consciously welcome plenty of light to flood in. And then once you've reached as much opening as you can, start to relax the eye until it's as its regular opening. And try to notice throughout the day how you're doing, how you're feeling. You're checking in rather than assuming or going into stories, which the mind loves to do. And also, if you are looking to energize yourself, expose yourself to more light, natural light if possible. If not, any light is better than none. And if you're looking to rest more, to sleep more, then expose yourself to more darkness. So that's a self-regulating thing we have between between the eyes and the brain, and you can consciously choose how to expose yourself. So now we'll start to go into some movement and deeper breathing, and it'll be very simple. So you're still standing. Really, you can invite the feeling of embodying a tree with strong roots growing upwards towards the sky, absorbing light, breathing naturally in your own rhythm. The soft tissues, the leaves kind of relaxed and dangling in the air, still connected with gravity but suspended. And that's a nice state to invite your body to move towards. So all you'll do is inhale as the arms move upward and exhale as the arms move downward. Expanding through the fingertips, smooth, deep breaths, not forceful. And connecting the movement more intimately with the breath as you repeat it. On the next one, we'll change the arms. Inhaling up still, exhaling down. And next, we'll stimulate the lymphatic fluid in the body, so your body's natural sewage system. And that is stimulated either through movement or through touch. So you have to move if you want to be healthy and detoxify. And we'll start with very simple, gentle work by simply rubbing the side and front of the neck. The direction doesn't matter so much. And you're not really going for deep tissue or muscular release. You're mainly focusing on stimulating the skin by brushing it or stroking it with your palms and fingertips. And we have in our neck, armpits, groin area, all the lymph nodes. So we really want to get this area waking up and working. And we'll move down a little bit, but change the technique of the movement by simply tapping or drumming along the collarbone and also the sternum. The bones love vibration. Vibration, bouncing, shaking, tapping, massaging are all very healing for us. And there's a lot you can do for yourself. Very, very simple, easy things like this. And then the same stroking you did on the neck, but you can maybe be even more vigorous, is to go just below the collarbone. So we're encouraging more movement of the bodily fluids, and specifically lymph. You may or may not notice slight changes already in how you are feeling or perceiving yourself or your environment, just as things warm up and start to move more. Now we'll use fingers like raindrops, like heavy raindrops, to stimulate the scalp and the face. So bringing blood to the surface of the skin. We want blood flow, warmth, nourishment. And settle on the jaw for a little bit of release and massage. Keep the face relaxed. And then we'll just pull down on the earlobes. So imagine what it would be like to milk a cow, or maybe you've milked a cow. With that kind of motion, you grip the earlobe, pull down, and you can go out slightly in an L shape as well. So this is stimulating the vagus nerve and also encouraging movement of lymph and opening up the channels in the ear, nose, throat area. This earlobe pulling can also be done before meditation. Very nice and quick way to switch your state in preparation. And then finally, in the last part of this chunk, we'll get into the armpit and gently massage with the fingertips. Again, stimulating the lymph nodes. Very tender and intimate area that may be better for you to get into than even a professional therapist sometimes. Okay, if your feet are cold or anything is cold, it's all good. It's just a sensation, but we'll make it better by warming up quickly now. So we'll use a slapping technique, done a lot in Chinese cultures, more by elderly, but I've been doing it daily this winter and it's been amazing. So you'll just be stimulating the feet and the legs. You can imagine that you have paint on your hand and you're trying to cover every part of skin or clothing as you can. Work both legs, and when you're ready, move also into the hands and arms, still covering every area with this imaginary paint. This is especially good, not just if you're cold, but if you're kind of lethargic or tired, or have like stagnation or inflammation in the body. Maybe be careful if there's inflammation, like swelling, but it's good to get everything stimulated and moving. Moving onto the torso, you can use drumming. And onto the back, you can even go with fists or however you like. Feel free to experiment with how you like the contact, the vibration, and work along the spine, hips, wherever you can reach. Okay, and just give the hands and feet a bit of a shake. Again, you're feeling how you're sensating your body, how you're relating to your environment. Changes can happen quite quickly, and you want them to be as nice as possible. So from here, we'll go on to some foot rooting. So you're gonna have 90% of the weight on a standing leg, and slowly stirring an imaginary pot of honey with your rotating leg. On the next one, if you struggle for balance, feel free to hold on to something firm or even press your fingertips against a wall. Just imagine that you're drawing a circle with your toes, and you're allowing the leg to move with the feet. So there's not a stiffness held even in the upper body. Giving a similar kind of attention to the hands and arms. And have the hands stretch out in front of you around eye height. There is some effort here. You can imagine you're running your hand through some runny clay. So there's some thickness and some effort. It's not totally floppy or totally relaxed. So we're working with the extremities, feet, hands. We'll work with the head very gently. Just do 6 head circles each way in your own time, but try to lead with the eyes. So your eyes guide the movement and you make it as smooth as possible. And with any movement that you're learning or practicing, even things completely unrelated to what you're doing in this video, know that you can always modify the size, the speed, and the repetitions. So if something is painful or uncomfortable for you, you should never force yourself to enter pain territory. That's not good. But don't also just cut off the possibility of doing a similar movement. You can make the movement smaller and or slower, for example, or do fewer of them, and find your own way and freedom to do them. That way you don't shy away from things and you can keep progressing. So if doing for example, a circle with the hand really big is triggering a wrist injury, you can make it really tiny. And this happens often in rehabilitation or when something's gone wrong. If you make a tiny, tiny circle every day this week, next week you'll be able to make it a tiny bit bigger. And over several weeks you will do a large one. And this will apply to anywhere else. So now we'll go to the center. Feet stay rooted. Try to make the biggest orbit in the body through the hips rather than through the head. So the head does its own tiny orbit up here, but the hip is the major rotating joint area. Okay, next we'll work on some simple arm swings. We want more flushing of fluids, more energy and warmth building in the body. So we'll start very simply with building the elasticity on the side of the body, running from the foot up to the hand. You can imagine the side of the body like one big elastic going doing, 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 and actually feel that there really is a lot of elasticity in the body, even if there's tightness, stiffness, not amazing coordination, there will be elasticity. So you want to amplify that. And we're going for big movements now, not the little subtle ones, big ones. And going on the other side as well. Weight will be shifting to this side. Beautiful. Then we went from frontal plane, we'll go to sagittal plane, and I'll just turn to the side so you can see better how this elasticity can work, and hopefully you enjoy feeling it as well. Throughout the arm swings, let your fingers be alive. So not stiff, but not curled up. So everything gets to the extremities of the body as well. Again, you're searching for this elastic feeling in the body. Wonderful. Transverse plane, if you know your planes, if you don't, does not matter. So we're going circling side to side this way. Try not to twist from your knees, which is what sometimes happens, and that's not great for you, but rotate from the waist, keeping a long spine. So here you're getting some nice blood flow through the spine, through the organs, and keeping shoulders relaxed and the legs nice and strong. Check that your feet are still rooted and facing forward. And allow your chest to rotate from one side to the other side. If you tend to get dizzy, you can fix your head and your hips. Or if you're okay, then have all of the upper parts rotating. Arms gently crashing into your midsection. And fingertips still alive, lively. Adding some steps. So you coordinate your balance, have nice springy legs. And just coming to a pause here. And finally, getting some nice, strong, grounded legs without smashing yourself or anything like that. Keep your feet a bit wider than your shoulders, or same distance if that feels better for you. And keep the toes facing forward. So we're not going for duck position or pigeon position. We're staying neutral. And from here, just start to paint circles in space with your arms anywhere you like, but try to allow your legs to shift your whole posture without moving your feet just yet. So you're painting space with your arms, which means your torso gets nice movement, arms are not tensing, and legs are doing lots of multi-directional squats. Don't feel a need to try and copy what I'm doing. You can add that for inspiration if you like it. Find your own way of expressing these circular movements and gently pumping the legs as well. Notice how your spine moves or does not move as you move with the whole body. And now allow yourself to pivot from one heel and keep exploring different circular movements. And then coming back and switching heel. You don't even have to stay with a circle anymore. Just painting and switching from side to side as often or infrequently as you like. Coming back to center, and keep the shifting as you shuffle your feet back towards each other. Try to find your own way of doing that. Wonderful. So hopefully heart's beating a bit more, breathing is deeper, and from here we'll wrap up. So again, stand how you stood at the beginning of the session. Tall, relaxed, rooted feet. Notice perhaps some difference to how you started and how you feel now. And invite one thing in this moment that you are feeling grateful for. It can be really tiny or really huge. It just has to fit with your genuine feeling of gratitude for it. Hold this image dearly in your heart and celebrate it, enjoy it. It's magical to be able to be grateful for something. And that thing is a gift to you. And now that you've enjoyed cherishing this thing that is pleasant and special for you, use the little bit of energetic surplus you've just created through this training to set an intention for your day. Something that you wish to accomplish today. It may be an attitude, a way of thinking, an action, a specific goal. Set that intention for yourself. And when you're ready, allow the eyes to open, and you continue your day with a revived energy and with purpose and gratitude. So thank you for watching, and have a beautiful day.